Alright, this is my first video on my new channel, Wide Glide Rides. I've had a previous channel, trips I've taken on my XT250. I just got a Harley Davidson Wide Glide 2002. We're going to go on a little trip today on Highway 50. It's just outside of Milford, Ohio. Here's kind of an overview of the section that I'm riding. Basically, I'm going to go down this section and then turn around and come right back toward Milford. So I learned that Highway 50 is considered to be like the backbone of America as far as highways go. Not nearly as popular as Route 66 or US 40. But nevertheless, this is apparently an important highway, and I had no idea while I was riding it that day. So this is some sort of significant route for the U.S. It goes all the way across, I think it starts somewhere in Maryland. It goes all the way to Sacramento, California. So after I did a little bit of research on it, I think it's going to be a bucket list item for me someday to do some of this route. So anyway, I've had this 2002 Wide Glide now for a few months. I got it back in April of 2025. According to my video numbering system, this should be my 10th ride on this bike. Still getting used to it, especially the forward controls. I've always had mid controls on every bike I've ever had. I've never had a bike this large with this kind of displacement either. Previously, the highest displacement bike I had was a Honda 450 back when I was in my 20s. So I'm still learning this this larger bike. See, I've got some old hiking boots there. Those are very old, from the early 1980s. My mom bought them for me when I was in middle school, and she bought them a size or two large so I would grow into them. It's good thinking on Mom's part, because here I am, so many years later, and they fit perfectly. And they're perfect for this bike, as a matter of fact. So there's a few twists and turns on this particular section of Route 50. They're pretty mild turns. I'm completely unfamiliar with this section of road, so I'm being very conservative, and also I'm still getting used to the bike, so I'm being conservative in that regard as well. So I'm taking these turns pretty slow. I'm still of the mindset when I'm coming up to a turn or a curve like this, and I see these the chevrons, it makes me want to slow down. Now, the reason why I slowed down very sharply right there, I was planning on turning into that parking lot, but at the last second I looked, and it was a very hard right turn, and there was gravel in that section of that entrance, and I changed my mind at the last second. Continued on to find a better place. I'm actually looking for a place to turn around, because I was getting toward the end of the line here where I wanted to head back to Milford. So I'm running a couple of cameras here. I've got an A79 8-man action cam on a chest rig, and then I've got a Vivitar 360 camera. It's on kind of a funky mount off of my saddlebag there. It sticks out a few inches. I wanted to be able to see the road as it's coming, so I wanted to get it past my leg. It's kind of an odd angle, but it works. Anyway, here's my turnaround. Let's skip ahead here, because this is really monotonous of me trying to turn this rig around and get back out on the road. We'll speed it up here. Okay, back on the road. So essentially now I'm heading back, mostly west, a little bit north. So this was, I think, on a Sunday morning. Oh, zero traffic. This was a nice time to ride. I was more concerned about deer jumping out in front of me than any kind of traffic situation. So I'm kind of keeping watch to the side of the road for wildlife. That's the one setback of riding early mornings like I do. I do that to keep away from traffic, but you also run into a lot of animals. I think shutting down for their shift and going back into their burrows and dens and so forth. So you got to keep an eye out. So this trip in particular, I was trying to get some miles in on some of these two-laner windy roads. The speed limit here for the most part was 55, and I'm trying to keep up. I keep looking down at the speedometer and catching myself going, 45 or 50, and keep trying to get back up to 55 miles an hour because I want to improve my skills on some of these curves for one thing. Yeah, you can see here I slowed way down for this, but I see these chevrons and it's like my brain is thinking I'm in a car. When you see those and you're in a car, you definitely want to slow down. On a motorcycle, keep going. Sometimes go the speed limit and you're still fine. Yeah, see, I've got a car catching up to me here. That's why I kind of give her some gas here to get away from that guy. I don't like having people right behind me. But also, I was going well under the speed limit, so I'm trying to get back up to speed here. So, like my other channel, XT250 Rides, I plan on taking a lot of these kind of short rides around the suburban Cincinnati area, mainly over here on kind of the northeast side, I guess you could say, Loveland, Milford area. So hopefully I'll be logging some miles on this bike, and I'll put some videos out there. I always try to use at least 2 camera angles, and I'd usually do a voiceover. I've tried to do moto vlog with the mic in my helmet and try to narrate as I go, but I like to just enjoy the ride, to be honest with you. Anyway, that pretty much wraps it up. So keep the rubber side down. Thank you.